I want to start this conversation by saying if you already have good friends and they're actually truly good friends and the relationship is reciprocal, then don't unfriend them. I just want to share why I myself going forward no longer desire friendships and why I believe most people shouldn't either. So, number one is they're a time suck. Now that I'm in my 30s, I think about all the time I wasted talking and texting to friends for hours. Are those same friends in my life today? No, they're not. I actually have no friends, and I'm happier than I've ever been. Some people may think I'm exaggerating when I say my time was wasted, but I'm not. As you get older, you really do start to realize just how valuable your time is. Instead of spending hours talking to and hanging out with friends, think of what you can do with that time. In an hour, you can get in a great workout. You can meditate, or you can spend it learning a new skill like cooking or a foreign language. These are things that are actually going to benefit you even years from now. A lot of friends will want to go out with you just so they're not going out alone. How does that benefit you? It's time to think about yourself and put yourself first. Number two, they take advantage of you. This one makes me angry and sad. If you are someone who has a good heart and really tries to be a great friend, you can easily be taken advantage of. A lot of people in this world aren't your friends because they love you. It's more about what you can do for them or what they can get out of you. It's really awful, but the earlier in life you realize this, the better off you'll be. I wish I would have learned this 10 years ago. And so I have a few examples of these kinds of situations too. So one time my husband let someone borrow our truck so that they could drive an hour away to pick up some furniture. So this person drove our truck an hour to and an hour back. And guess what? They didn't even fill up the tank, not even a little bit. They returned our truck to us on empty. Didn't give us any gas money either. I was completely stunned. I didn't even know what to say. Who the heck does that? If it was me and someone was gracious enough to let me borrow their vehicle, I would have returned it with a full tank of gas. That's the least I could do. The same person asked to borrow a tool from my husband and never gave it back. Then he had the audacity to ask to borrow another tool. Needless to say, we are no longer in contact with this person. But you want to know what's really sad? This person was, or he is, a pastor. And I know pastors are human too, of course, but I just wasn't expecting that kind of behavior from a pastor. Most people would expect better behavior, right? Another example I have is friends with no cars asking you for rides but never pay you back or never there for you when you need them. The older I get, I realize that people really they're just looking out for themselves. They don't care about you. They're really just looking out for themselves. And it shocks me. Number three, they are secretly envious of you. This one is scary because if you don't realize the so-called friend is jealous or envious of you, then their little rude remarks may start to get to you. This one's also tricky because if you say something about a particular remark that a friend made, then that friend will say, "Oh, I didn't mean it that way," or "You're being too sensitive." Essentially gaslighting you. But you have to be smarter than that. Don't fall for it. People know exactly what they're saying and how they're saying it. I have a great example for this one. So I have my own business and I work from home. I had a friend in the past who knew this, yet she would make remarks here and there talking about how so-and-so place was hiring and that I should put in an application because since I don't work. I no longer have contact with this person either, needless to say. I've also had people tell me how lucky I am that I get to stay home. Maybe that would actually make sense if I had won the lottery, but there was no luck about it. I had to put in and still do a lot of work in order to be able to make money from home. It's very frustrating when people assume someone is lucky because they're doing well. From what I know after being on this planet for 3 decades is it takes a lot of work and sacrifice to do well. It's not just going to fall into your lap. Number four, they tell your business. An example of this is, imagine you tell a friend something going on in your life and you only told this one person. Come to find out, the following week, everyone knows about it. Maybe what you told this friend wasn't even a secret, but still, the fact that they went and told other people is alarming. Imagine what else they're saying about you when you're not in the room. This happened to me when I was pregnant with my third child. I had only told one person at church, and she was a friend of mine. I only told her. And then come to find out, there's other people who know about it. Like the next week, I found out that this other girl knew about it, and I never even told her. So I know that it came from the first friend that I told. And I didn't like it. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like it at all, because why was she even talking about me? But I'm going to leave it at that. But please let me know what you think about these kinds of videos. Would you like more in the future? Please let me know in the comments. Bye.